Sure, why not? I might as well start it now. Oh, God. Why? Why am I frozen? Oh, this is the perfect this is the perfect continuation of my day so far. Why are you doing this? Hold on. I'll figure it out. Until then, enjoy my frozen face. Okay, what the hell? Hold on, let me try unplugging my camera. This is what I get for trying to hook up a fancy camera. Okay. Get the can't plug it. Capture card. Hey, all right. Welcome to the most professional feedback stream out there. My name is Fowler, and you're tuned into my highly professional studio with highly professional gear that is very reliable and predictable. I'm going to close this door real quick. And I'm back, just like that. Okay, obligatory hi. Yes, studio. Also, if you want music to be heard on this stream, then go on my Discord server, discord.gg/Fowler Music, and I would be happy to have a listen along with all of the wonderful people here. Let's go to FL Studio because we got I think we got 19 tracks. 17 tracks. And I'd like to get right into it. Here we are. First track, Bass Freak Time Travel. Let's have a listen. Okay, thanks for all the love, guys. Also, Rayham, I grabbed the track from the mod chat, and I will drag it in now. I feel like I've definitely heard this before. Don't remember what my previous feedback on it was. There, bleed is now in. It's very Sans Undertale, which is probably exactly what I said before. I find it kind of repetitive. I believe that the repetitiveness combined with the kind of basic sound design kind of makes me a little bit bored after a certain point. It's a funny, kind of mysterious, mischievous melody, which is cool. But I think it's just you've kind of laid it all out, and it's like, here it is, and there's no real mystery to it, even though I just said it was mysterious in my brain. This reminds me of stuff that I made when I first started making electronic music, and I mean that in a nice nostalgic way. I mean, it sounds like a cool game soundtrack of me like running through a platforming level or something like that. I don't really know what else to say about it, to be honest. I feel like there's like nothing happening in the bottom end. Like if I go to my 3 oscillator and play an A. Yeah, it's kind of missing like that whole sub range. In fact, if we let me pull up one of the VSTs that I'm trying to play. There we go. If we solo the sub range. Like that part kind of has some sub range to it, but the rest of the track is really light in this bottom end section. And that's why when I played whatever the notes are, yeah, it sounds like it filled out that bottom end to me. So maybe try to focus on the bottom end of this track, and I think you've got lots of energy up in the mids, the low mids, the highs, all that stuff. There's a lot of energy up there, but there's just not much to balance it out in the very bottom end of the track. So I think that's my main feedback on this one. Yeah. Investigate the bottom end, the sub range, and I think you will benefit. Cool. Thanks for sending. Moving on to Eswin Observer. I didn't know what to send. LOL. Also, I am working on a remix of Observer, so any feedback on this version? I did it again. Okay, I'm gonna stop it here for a sec. It sounds really good. If I had to nitpick, there's like a bit of harshness in this kind of high mids. It's not bad. It's just a little bit. Harsh. And then when the kick comes in here, it just sounds almost like a mistake. Like where I can just hear that transient and that's it. I don't know. It's an interesting choice. I don't think it's doing anything except making me wonder why it's there. Well, if it's a click, then maybe just, I don't know. I don't think it's doing anything positive, but that's just my opinion, so. it's really good. I don't know, like the click. I'm not sure why it's there. Again, that's just my thought. It's beautiful. Besides that. It's got beautiful chords. It sounds really good. I think this kind of range of frequencies, it's probably mostly the lead sound that you're using, the synth lead sound that's contributing to that harshness, but there's just an abundance of that. But that's pretty much it, man. Sounds pretty dope. Besides that, I don't even know what else to say. Besides, it is good. Thank you. All right, let's move on. We got Evoker, Liar Whip.
This love is on fire, make me alive. This love is on fire, love is on fire. This love is. If I say goodbye, then make me alive, make me alive. My heart's heating up. This love is on fire, love is on fire, on fire.
Okay, so far the vocals need to be de-essed a little bit. There's some moments where she says words with S's in them.
If I said,
like there, said. They just need to be de-essed a little bit. And then here,
on fire.
that kind of second harmonic is quite loud and prominent. I'm not sure if I like it.
On fire.
Like in your kind of Reese low pass bass thing. Okay, this is cool. I think it's a little slow, honestly, and it might be it might be the actual tempo, or it might just be the pacing of it, like the lack of like hi-hats or something. Because I feel like I'm just like, okay, there's the kick, and now I'm waiting for the snare. Okay, there's the snare, and now I'm waiting for the kick. I'm not a huge fan of the kick, to be honest. Not the kick, the snare. So it's really bright up in the same kind of range that Eswin's track was, except a little bit harsher. I agree with Bleed, where he says might work better at a dubstep tempo. I just feel like the overall pace is just lacking. Like I'm kind of like, it feels like it's dragging on, you know? Okay, you say you want to change to 140, but you can't because it makes the vocals fucked. I'm not sure. Maybe it could be some percussion stuff. Like maybe the tempo is okay. It's just the pacing of it, right?
that make me alive, make me.
Like having some hi-hats or something kind of filling in those spaces between like the kick and now the snare and now the kick and now the snare. Like, you know what I mean? Having some percussive stuff in there might help that pacing.
If I say goodbye.
Otherwise, yeah, it just feels way too slow to me, honestly. I like the toms and stuff. There's some cool stuff in here. I think what I would do if I were you is try to come up with some cool percussion that doesn't step all over everything, but gives the feeling of pace. And maybe not, you might not be able to step it up to 140, but maybe you can push it to 130, 135, 132. Maybe that's a good compromise between time stretching the vocals and having the track sound too slow. Or you could just throw a big wrench into the whole operation and make it full time, like 4 to the floor stuff. There's definitely options out there, but I do think that this track, the pacing is just a little bit too slow. And a little bit too like bright, like those chords are really in my face. And I can almost just take this like 3000 hertz band from say 2 to 6 kilohertz and pull 5 dB out, and for my ears it sounds better. It's just that real like trill frequency range that I'm having a hard time with. Anyway, okay, cool. Let's move on. Thanks for sending. I see Ancient sent 2. And Swiss cheese, unless, wait, is this a me problem? What are you guys doing? Doubling up. Fucking greedy. Jesus. All right, let's have a listen. First of all, I'm just going to master it real quick with this normalize button. Okay, so far it's really nice chords and it's really nice like sounds, but man, we've been a minute and a half and we haven't gotten really too far in the song, you know what I mean? Like I feel like every section up until this point could be halved. Okay, there is definitely some cool shit happening in here. But the drop doesn't hit me like, oh, we finally got there. I feel like maybe that bass drop thing, the boom. Just kind of like, it feels what's not like the drop is just like, oh, okay, now we're in the drop. Cool. And I can't tell. I mean, maybe a crash cymbal would help. Maybe get rid of the bass drop so that we lose that bass, and then you give it back to us in the drop, because what we're trying to create is some tension, and then we're trying to release the tension with the drop, right? So if you're giving us stuff that we want before the drop, then you're not building tension. Like there's a lot of sub energy happening leading up to the drop. And then that just kind of gives the drop, like, it kind of undermines the drop, if that makes sense. The sub range is really loud, like really loud. You can see over on the spectrum, see how like the sub range is really loud and then it kind of gets scooped in the middle. I feel like there's some cool production stuff happening. I like those little bubbly things. Those are cool. But they're kind of getting lost in the mix. You said you didn't master it properly, but I think this is a mix issue as well. And I wonder what it would sound like if it had more of a like less of a dubstep snare and more of a I don't know, a trappy snare. I don't know. The dubstep snare is just kind of whoa. That was really nice until that very MIDI roll sounding piano thing came in. Da-da-da-da-da. Like it's too MIDI roll. Yeah, I think it's just drowning in the sub bass, honestly. I think that's pretty much it for this track. I really like the chords. I really like the bubbly sound design stuff. And what's up, 596 Bayou Sat Trio? I don't know how to say that, but thank you for following me and enjoying my stuff. Yeah, maybe a tighter snare, build more anticipation leading up to the drop so that when the drop hits, it's more of like a, whoa, okay, this is a cool moment. And try to mix it a bit better in terms of like your sub range overtaking everything. All right, cool. We'll skim through this one because you sent it last time. We'll just spend a couple minutes on it. I see you didn't shorten the intro at all. Is this like, did you do more work to this?
Man from a beer stein. By the way, Patty, I've noticed lately that you're getting terribly smug. Good gracious, Patty, what is this? Therapy? Take this stuff away immediately. You'll make the cut again. Chin up. That's right. Now, chin up. Chin up. No. Both of them.
Wow, that was different than the last one that you sent. This is very aggressive. I liked the other one better. I don't really know what to say about this. It's kind of like a big dubstep mess, to be honest. But it's cool. I like the other one. Cool, let's move on. Hyperpop song, eh? Okay, don't know who this is by. Let's go. Okay, so I know this is its own genre, and it is cool, and there's a lot of musical stuff that's happening that I dig, but I can't understand the vocals. They're kind of buried. And kind of the same feedback for this one as the other one from Ancients. The drop kind of just happens. Let's see, find that again. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell the different sections. They kind of bleed together a little bit. What's up, Jay Thomas? I would maybe try to carve out, even if like stuff drops out and it gives you for half a bar, it gives you a chance to I don't know, like show off the vocals or something. It's kind of just a big sausage at the moment. Like it's really cool, but the vocals just sound like a layer of something that I can't understand. And maybe that's like a hyperpop thing. I don't really know, but I do know that this has lots of melodic and harmony stuff that I'm really digging, and I like the pacing of it. But the mix of it is not allowing the vocals to come through. It could also be like a matter of you layering a bunch of stuff on top of each other. Like maybe give the vocals their own section where you strip back some of those brighter elements that are getting in the way of the vocals. I feel like there's a lot of stuff competing for my attention when I listen to this. And like I can kind of sit there and like dial in on something and enjoy it, but I have to work to dial in and to enjoy it. So to make my life a little easier, if you mix it in a way or even arrange it in a way where you pull out certain elements to allow other elements to shine, then pull them out and bring these other things in, that can allow you to arrange the track in an interesting way and also allow for the vocals and other cool elements to shine through. Really cool track though. I think the mix is just a bit congested, or like stuff is piled up. And I don't know why I'm so cool. I guess I was just born this way. Okay, XC, silence. All right, well, that's dope. That sounds really good. The first thing that caught my ear that I didn't like is the hi-hats, where they go kind of left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. It kind of feels weird because the left one seems a little bit louder and it's on the offbeat. So I'm kind of hearing them as playing two different hi-hat parts. And one of them is playing like every other 16th note, which is kind of weird to me. I don't think that you're gaining anything by panning the hats left and right. If you want to do it a little bit more subtly, maybe, but I don't really think it's doing anything for you. The drop's sick. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say about the drop. I kind of feel like the drop is maybe too short. I feel like you have given us the A drop, but we haven't heard the B drop, because I don't feel like we deserve this breakdown yet. And the track's not even 3 minutes long. So to me, I think like this drop is cool so far, but it kind of needs another section to elaborate on the idea that you started. Because like Raham says, it is a tonic drop, like it's just playing the same note. And like, there is variation between those two drop parts, but it's not really building towards something. It's just different, in my opinion. You know, like the sound design is different. There's lots of cool, neat things happening, but nothing has really built up in terms of pacing. You know, like maybe like a hi-hat coming in or something to like build up the pace, as opposed to just offering us more sound design stuff. Yeah, because when we went back to the breakdown, it just felt, it felt off to me. Like it felt like, oh, okay, we're back here. It kind of took away from the epicness of it. So I think elaborating more on your drops would then make us kind of deserve or want the breakdown. Like I wasn't ready for that breakdown. I was ready to hear like, let's hear like even just a fucking hi-hat on the upbeat or something, you know, to like give us this like, oh yeah, we're kicking it up a gear sort of thing, right? Okay, we got to build. That bass is very wide, and I don't know that it sounds like artificially wide. It sticks out in a bad way to me. I don't mind the sound of it, but like I feel like it should be anchored in the center and maybe have some width to it, as opposed to just like on the left and right channels, if that makes sense. Silence. Yeah, again, like this section, I don't know what tempo it's at. It's probably like 100 and so. Let's see. Let's just see what it sounds like. Like seriously, a hi-hat on the upbeat might be all you need to pick up the pace. Let's slow this down. 100. I think. Oh wait, that. Yep, it's 100. Okay, so now if I just like literally go and pick a random hi-hat. Sure, this is not a good sounding hi-hat, but it'll demonstrate the point. Or maybe it's a full-on this. Like all of a sudden now we just kicked it. Oopsies. We just kicked it up a gear. We kicked it up a notch and other terms that people use. You know what I mean? Like that's not the right hi-hat or anything like that, but it demonstrates the point that like it's missing half of the drop, in my opinion, and the other half is the elaboration and the pick up the pace moments, which are, you know, hi-hats and crashes, maybe like switch up the notes a little bit. I don't know. It's really cool though. It's a cool vibe. I think it's just not fully fleshed out yet. So keep going. All right, moving on. Let's check out 10 to toe 2 with Novissimi. Wow, really stretching my vocabulary abilities here. I don't know what these are. We're gonna find out. This is some avant-garde shit. Well, I'm a changed man. That was cool. That was very unique. And I enjoyed going on that journey with you guys. If I had to, if I had to find some stuff to critique, even though this is in a league all of its own and exists on a, in a universe where music is different, maybe it's picking up the pace in terms of like how many changes we get per minute. Like I felt like we kind of had to listen to the sections for a little bit too long. There wasn't enough stuff changing, even if it's subtle little effect stuff or little things that happen, just to kind of break up the monotony of it, because it kind of does the same thing for a long time. But this track is fucking like, yeah, good job in being unique. This is very unique, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I think I would have enjoyed it just a little bit more if the track had subtle things evolving a little bit more often, as opposed to just like, hey, I hope you like this loop because it's going to happen 4 times, and then I'll give you something else, you know? Yeah, somebody said triple speed or something. I don't know. Let's just do it. Let's see what it sounds like. Sorry, I forgot to unmute. Okay, so here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. I had to actually mute my microphone because the transients of that last song were so sharp that they were not catching the side chain. The side chain wasn't catching them. Anyway, I'm unmuted now. Thank you. So far, so good. Westbrook, let's keep listening. I'm going to stop it here for a sec. I absolutely love those drums. They sound so good, but give us a break from them. Especially, let's listen here. Yeah, like treat it a bit more like a song. So we have like a pre-chorus and a chorus. So this is like, to me, the chorus. So in the section before it, take the drums out and simplify and let the vocals kind of carry it for a second, and then bring it back in with the like I could eat those drums for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, baby. They're so good, but like if they go the whole time, they lose their specialness. Take them away from us. Be like, nah, no, you can't have these drums. You gotta wait, and then build it back up, and then give them back to us. And then we're like, thank you. You're such a merciful God for giving us these drums back. And then oh man, when that comes back in with a crash, and we get the tasty, crunchy hi-hats back in, oh, that'd be such a good moment. It's a good moment now, but you got to take some shit away from us so that we want it. You got to make us want that. And then you give it to us, and when you give it to us, it's like, yes, give me those fucking drums. We finally take them out in this like post-chorus little section. But again, I would play with where you place those drums. Like, they're really good drums. I think I've made that clear. They fit the vibe of the track so good. But like, take them away in some sections. Strip it down to maybe like a kick and a snare and like the bass and piano and vocals, and then bring them back in. I don't know.
Russian roulette or sudden death. Give me forever with you instead of this slow unraveling thread. Ooh, big wave.
So like this section, the part, the falsetto thing I can't do, that you should strip stuff out. Let the even strip all the drums out. Let the piano and the vocals do a thing. Then give it back to us.
Big wave. Trying to catch smoke with my outstretched hands. Trying to stop the tide, wash away the sound, but it's
Yeah, so that's a great track. I really just think that if you carved out sections a little bit more deliberately, like, hey, here's the pre-chorus, strip things out. Like, the track kind of feels like it's just vibing the whole time, which is cool. And I'm not suggesting that you create totally different sections that are vastly different from one another. But the track just kind of gets to a place, and it just kind of rocks that place for like the entirety of the song, with a few exceptions, like here. But I think if this just had like a bit better of an arrangement in terms of carving things out, taking things away, giving them back in, this would be a fucking certified banger. And it's really good. And I don't know who T. Harding is, but if you manage to go out and grab a vocalist, I'm very proud of you, and this sounds dope. Also, the master sounds great. I didn't have to master it, which is nice. So, and I agree with Coter B5. He's got to release something. Believe me, I've had this discussion with him many times. Like, this track, even as is, could just be put out. You know, I think it's not hitting its full potential yet. I think if it had some of the things that I suggested, then it would be, 30 to 35% better. But yeah, still has to put out. Oh, Rayhem mastered it. Okay, well, good job, Rayhem. Sounds dope. All right, let's listen to Darkness. Okay, this is cool. I felt that it was building a little too slowly. The crashes are quite aggressive. Like, it sounds like the drummer is really angry. I would even sidechain the crash. Well, first of all, it just needs to be turned down. And then there's something weird going on with the bass, where the bass is like super loud sometimes, but not other times. You can see it right here. Like, I'm not quite sure what's happening, but if you look at the loudness of this bass hit versus the loudness of this bass hit, yeah, it's a freak. It's basically what we look at, but it scrolls versus time. And the reason I was doing that is because I was trying to understand what was going on with the bass. Like, musically, this is good. It sounds cool. It's a good vibe. But yeah, the bass. My biggest concern with this right now is that the bass is just like every so often the bass note will just be like really louder, and really louder. Is that really very much more louder? And it's kind of throwing me off because I'm like, whoa. Every once in a while, it'll just kind of be like, hey, here's some bass. I hope you like it. Yeah, the cymbals are like they're off doing their own thing in fucking loud land. I wouldn't throw a compressor on it because that's like band-aiding it. I would solo your bass track, and maybe like your MIDI notes have different velocities or something. It sounds to me like it's a mistake. Like a whoops, I layered two bass sounds on top of each other. Now it's twice as loud. Like I used to do that a lot with like clap samples and shit, and not realize it. And even some of my songs have that, where I copied and pasted stuff or whatever, and I accidentally layered two on top of each other for like one of them, and all of a sudden the clap is just louder. So I would go to the root of the problem, solo your bass track, and figure out why the volume is jumping up and down. Yeah, you're right. It could be the side chain, and it's all the sub notes that are happening on that 16th before the clap, the dun 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 dun, and then your side chain's all the way up. Yeah, maybe the side chain shape is just a little too aggressive or something. Is it though, Cody? I feel like it's both. Yeah, like there it was an octave down. I don't know. You might be onto something. There's something going on with the bass, and it's the volume is unpredictable or unpredictable. Unpredictable. Yes. Thank you, Harry Mao. Sorry for murdering your name. Yeah, I would turn your crash down, maybe sidechain it a little bit, and look into why your sub range is jumping up and down so much. All right, let's skim through your other track you sent in. So this is way too long. We haven't, unless you're planning on chucking in other stuff to make the pacing a little bit more pacey. It's just we're just waiting too long for stuff to happen. Okay, there's no side chaining, or at least not much, and the bass is not in the right octave. It feels like there's no sub range. Like if we go to Ozone and just solo the sub range. All I can hear is the bottom end of the sub bass, but it's not even really playing the right octave note. So that would be the side chaining and the sub bass not being, like the whole track sounds like if you added a sub to the sound system, nothing would change. Again, your crash is very aggressive. But yeah, I like the chiptuneness. I like what it's doing. It takes too long to get somewhere, and then when it gets there, there's no bottom end. And those are my thoughts. Thanks for sending. All right, let's move on to, I've rearranged. Nemkai. School assignment thing. Oh, this is cool.
Mirror on the wall. Yes, I don't know you much at all. But I don't know you wanna be the best possible part of you. That's the only one you answer to. Shit stir, but it's me further. All I care about is me. Just to say it honestly, I'm a shit stir, yeah. I wouldn't murder to be killing it out here. Gotta be the mindset to get to where I'm going now. Cause the mindset, I ain't gonna let me down. I'ma come to you, they say it's too high. I'll reach it up top, ready to go. The mindset to get to where I'm going now.
Okay, so this is cool. I like the drum and bass. The pacing of it is really good. There's like some notes that are in the vocal that don't seem to jive with the chords that are playing, and there's just a couple little notes that are like a little sour or something. Let me have a listen again.
What is me? Just to say it honestly, I'm a shit stir, yeah. I wouldn't murder to be killing it out here. The mindset to get to where I'm going.
That na 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 that. If you look at what note she's singing and you look at the chords you're playing, there's going to be some weird dissonance between them. So the vocal is already very time stretched, pitch shifted, kind of artifacty. You might just go and try playing with like nudging the pitch of that up or down or something. To me, it's just a little sour, like it's not quite the right note. I like those little sections that you did where you just hear the little break. Maybe like emphasize that more, like mute some reverb so it's just like and then back into the full track. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of, there's still a lot of stuff bleeding over from the previous part. So maybe if you like muted that or like really pulled it back for and then back into the track, that would be a cool moment. All right. For the most part, the vocals work with the chords, but there's just some chords and some notes that she's singing that just is not quite right to me. That was like a mini Rayhem moment. I think that harshness, that 1 to or 2 to 6K, is maybe a little loud. Besides that, it's dope. I think it's great. I would investigate the vocals. That's my main concern with it. Investigate the vocals. See if there are some notes that don't really work out with the notes that are being played in the chords. All right, cool. Thanks for sending. Moving on. We got Rayhem. Let's see if we get a Rayhem moment in the Rayhem song.
You never stop calling me crazy, but you the one that's fucking crazy. And it's time.
Wow, that was really cool. I didn't like the snare, but everything else was amazing. I don't hate the snare, but it just has no bottom end. If it had like a boom, like a bit of a punch to it, I think I'd like it a lot more. Everything else I love. That was fucking dope. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah, it's sick, man. This is the drum and bass edit that I could never make. Thank you for making it for me. Put a punchier snare, and then call it a day, and we'll ship her off. Ah, man. Like, seriously, put a better snare into it, then let me send it to John and see if he'll put it out. Cool. Thank you for that. That was awesome. I have no other negative feelings except the snare is too psh. Sounds like a punching a piece of loose leaf. All right. Thanks, man. That was dope. Let's move on. We got the thing that I can't say, Virgo. Okay, that was aggressive. This drop. There's like the piano or something going underneath of it. Get rid of it. Just give us a drop with just like bass. I feel like there's no sub bass either. Let me figure out your notes. Oh, you're playing a B. That's a tough one. Yeah, there needs to be more. There's a lot of stuff up in the top harsh range, but there's not a lot of stuff in the bottom to even it out. So it's just very caustic on the ears without that bottom end kind of balancing it out, I guess. This is another case of things just being too loud. And if you listen to just the bottom end, we can't really discern the notes that are being played that easily. Like every once in a while we'll hear a note pop in, but yeah, you need to put more emphasis on the bottom end, the strength and the foundation of the track to kind of justify all that aggressive top end. What's the word I'm looking for? The top end attack, assault, the top end assault. If you add a solid bottom end, you can get away with that more. I like the chill parts. It's very aggressive change. I think you should check out this producer named Jackal, and maybe you already know him, but he has some trap stuff like this that might be a good reference for you to get some ideas off of. Let's have a listen. Yeah, like I feel like the piano or the whatever's happening underneath playing those chords is just kind of providing this like weird bed of noise underneath the drop, and it's taking away from it. Just from how different it sounds. Yeah, the bottom end, I think more than anything, this track needs bottom end. to reinforce. Like the drums are cool, but the bass isn't there to back it up, you know, back it up. So I definitely do that, and check out Jackal. Skim through some of his songs and maybe you'll get inspired, because I really like Jackal, and it's kind of in this kind of big bombastic drum trappy kind of thing. So check him out and see what you think. All right, cool. Let's move on. We got Koter B5.
Every single time I look at you, I'm confounded with the truth. I let you get to me once now, baby, but I'll never let you in again. Every single time I look at you, I'm confounded with the truth. I let you get to me once now, baby, but I'll never let you in again.
So I guess the vocals to me sound a little bit just kind of like an afterthought. Like they don't really lead into the vocal or into the drop. I mean, so they just kind of sound like they've been placed in there as like a loop or something.
Every single time I look at
I like the vocals. I like what they're doing, and all the chords and stuff sound really nice.
every single time I
But they just kind of feel like disconnected from the rest of the track. I wonder. Hold on a sec. It's annoying. Also, the drop sections kind of sound like they're their own track. Like the other stuff is so quiet, and then we get the drop section, which is like quite a bit louder. Yeah, I'd revisit the mix and also maybe use the vocals in a bit more integral way. That's like using them a bit more to create the song, as opposed to just like almost like a filler or something. And you know, that's just how I'm hearing it. It's probably not how you meant it. There's a lot of really great stuff here. It almost sounds like you made the drop in a different project and just like pasted it in to this project or something. But maybe it's all in, well, it's probably all in one, and it's just a matter of turning some things up or something. Like you could probably just turn the drop down and then master everything a bit more aggressively to get it back up. But yeah, I think trying to get the vocals a bit more integral in the track, and also mixing it a bit better so that there's not such a dynamic change. Like the drum fill It's like a tickadoo, and then bam, 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 like right in your face, right? And it's a bit distracting. I wouldn't just try to fix this in the master. I would try and mix it so that this waveform is less like, oh, there's the drop. It's much louder than the rest. You know, like mix it without the mastering, and then you can hit the master a little bit harder without any negative effects. But the drop sounds great. Chords sound great. Breakdowns sound great. It's maybe a little short. Well, it's not short lengthwise, but it might be all right arrangement wise. Just not what I'm used to. Like, you know, kind of build, drop, done. But yeah, cool track. Thanks for sending. All right. Gabritias, kiss you.
I can wait near to now. Baby, I wanna kiss you.
Was that the start? Gabri T.S. Thank you. Oh God. Okay. Never. Sorry, that wasn't the start. All right, this is really cool. I think that the drop just kind of happened. Like this little section is cool. This little like, that sounds really neat. But the track leading up to it, I was like, oh, we're at the drop. Like I wasn't ready for the drop. I don't feel like you set us up for the drop quite enough. Like I was just kind of vibing out with the vocal and stuff. So I feel like you could probably have a bit more of a build into the drop, like build some tension so that we have like some release when the drop happens and it doesn't just catch us off guard. The drop sounds cool. It's a little dense. It's a little up here in this. Just like a lot of lead sounds and stuff that are really bright in that kind of harsh range that you might want to massage a little bit. Let's listen to here.
I wanna kiss you every day, every night. Baby, let me see you. I can wait near to now. Baby, I wanna kiss you.
Yeah, that's cool. I think the wubs are a bit like dull or something. They're kind of like got this like hollow feeling to them. Like it's like missing a frequency range. I'm not quite sure. Also, what did I hear over here? This like off time sidechain or something. Also, the vocals are doing something different.
You wanna kiss you.
Maybe let me see you into now.
Maybe let me see you every day, every.
Every day, every night.
Oh, okay. So you just shifted it down an octave. To me, this vocal, all of a sudden, I'm like, is this the same vocal or is it something new? But it's cool. I do think that the drops are a bit like uncontrolled almost. Like there's too much brightness that's just hammering at the master. But I think the biggest takeaway for this is build us into the drop a bit more. Give us a bit more anticipation that something's going to happen instead of just like springing it on us, you know? And yeah, dope track. Thanks for sending it. All right, we got Mr. Jacob, High Rethink, Fight Club. Here we go.
Fight me, hate me, little pissy, don't test me. Want some respect, poor ass man, come take it or take that L. Don't make me get punchy. Backstab, sucker punch, that shit turns me on, I'm minding my own business. You pull me to the side, ask me why I was not speaking. Up for you, for what? Why the fuck you so stupid? Okay, good for you. I've lost all my patience, yo.
Big world, heavyweight, and goes overhand. Left, right, I'm the middle man. Bobbing with the pressure, I can't even stand. Who's left in the ring with the upper hand? Try to watch your demons when you pull a punch. Better give up now before you get the uppercut. Put your fists up, put your fists up, put your fists up.
Yeah, I said put your fists up. Wanna make me pissed off, you talk shit. Chillin' while I trade, I was chillin', I went TikTok, my shake. It be tip top, I chill, flip, chop, like I ain't got no time. Clap you up, hit you with a cross to the bar. And make yourself anonymous. Your legacy is blasphemous. We don't like to talk to you, so bitch, you better pipe down. Pull it to me right now. We gon' let you right out. Full of lights on paper, then erasing lights on white out. Oh, I'm not your tight now. Get out of my sight now. Fight me. I know you ain't even know they like me. Teaching you a lesson, you a student just like Daichi. You think that you win and hate to tell you it's unlikely. I know they don't like me, I so bad like I'm Mikey. They be on my head about some shit I'm not involved in. My squad ready falling. Sorry, who you calling? You be insignificant on Dutchess like I'm Paulin. We don't leave you coming, got the spotlight when I walk in, bitch.
Wanna take it outside, but why didn't you say so? You like talking shit, but in my town I see you stay low. Said we ain't okay, let me settle with the KO. You better watch your way, you roll up on me, you gon' end up bodied. I'm gonna put you in your place when fold you ass like origami. See, now violence ain't normally a part of my motif, but do not unleash the beast that's posted up inside of me. Fight me, bitch.
Speaking to God, I'm stifling, stop sparing the ride. Got me to stop, I'm trembling now, I'm tumbling down, I'm trembling now, I'm tumbling down. Getting me started with sort of the vines. They hand out, they passing the signs. Pleasure and absence, rest in abundance. Say that you hate me, I say that I love it. Love to my haters, love to fake shit. Some with a razor, can't fucking take it. Sat in a lecture, calling me crazy. Lethal injection, you know what that makes me. Yeah, man, I said fuck up, yeah, man. You ain't got a chance, like.
The world, heavyweight, and goes an overhand. Left, right, I'm the middle man. Bobbing with the pressure, I can't even stand. Who's left in the ring with the upper hand? Shadow watch your demons, but you pull a punch. Better give up now before you get the uppercut. Put your fists up, put your fists up, put your fists up, put your fists up.
I said fuck a fight club, I see the fire in my eyes. They won't tell me what I meant. Yeah, bitch, gonna die. Yeah, I need a place to live. I'ma fucking cry out loud. Looking at me now, man. This ain't gonna fuck the fight club, I go ham now. Fuck the fight club, I go ham now. Fuck the fight club, I go ham now. Ham now. I go ham like. Come down with this. Pipe down, step into the ring. One shot, knock his lights out. Say it to my face, it's on sight now. I don't need a breather, I'ma get into it right Oh, you wanna fight now? Fight down, now step into the ring. One shot, I'll knock your lights out. Say it to my face, it's on sight now. I don't need a prison, bitch, I'll get into it right now. Oh, you wanna fight now? Fight down, step into the ring. One shot, knock your lights out. Say it to my face, it's on sight now. Don't run, go. You ain't got a chance, like. Oh, you wanna fight now? Fight down, step into the ring. One shot, knock your lights out. Say it to my face, it's on sight now. Don't run, you can't hide, this is lights out. Put your fists up, put your fists up. Put your fists up, put your fists up. Put your fists up, put your fists up. Yeah! Make yourself anonymous. Your legacy is posthumous. Make yourself anonymous. Your legacy is posthumous. You're done.
Time's up.
Wow, that was fucking nuts. Wow, that it sound. It's it honestly sounds like it's been mastered through a distortion pedal. Wow. It sounds like, do I hear you in it? Is it you screaming into the mic? This is like a middle finger to everything. I don't even know what to say. I mean, like, obviously it's fucking overcooked, but that is clearly the intention. I could tell it was you, which is funny, and you did a good job screaming. It was very aggressive. I wonder if there is a way for you to dial back the distortion pedal mastering enough so that I can at least understand some of the words that you say. Because, like, I want to scream with you, but I can't because I don't know what the fucking words are, you know? Like, I know that it's like punk. It's like a punk rock thing. And you don't want to lose that by overproducing it or making it sound nice or anything like that. But at the same time, I want to scream with you, and I can't because I can't hear the words. So... Left, right. There's so many cool switch ups. This is like in its own universe. There's no real chorus, verse. There's no hook that I can hear. It just kind of fucking goes and drills, and that's dope. But yeah, I really do think if add another saturator. Yeah, like dialing it back just enough so that we can hear what you're saying. And then letting us scream with you and be angry at the man or whatever we're angry at in this song. I want to be angry with you. But yeah, it's so aggressive. I just wonder if there's a creative way to maintain the aggressive punk rock feel, but also have the utility of like being able to hear the words and being a little bit easier on our ears if we want to crank it. Yeah, this is a dope track, very unique and really, really cool. Like, I just wish I could hear the words. I think that's the biggest takeaway. All right, cool. Let's move on to the last one. We got Bleed, Pluckington. I wonder if these are plucks. The ending's a little abrupt. That was really cool. Let me listen here. Okay, I think that I can't go that high, but that's trailing off. It should get cut off when that drop hits. To me, that was the only thing that I heard that I didn't like. That made the drop less impacting. Like, let's do this. I don't know, this might not work, but we're going to give her a shot. Okay. Maybe. Right? So that versus, let's do this. To me, that sounds better. I like the definition of like here we're trailing into, and now here's, especially because the plucks and stuff are so tight and manipulative and they're dingly danglies. Having that bleed over from like the build up kind of dilutes that in my mind. It kind of it messes up the kind of the syncopation of it a little bit. It's not a huge detail, but it's something I want to mention. I really like this section. I think, yeah, bleed, that's funny. I think the arrangement is not bad, but I do think that there is a better arrangement in here somewhere. There's just something about the arrangement. Like, I like all of the parts, and I don't want you to go down a rabbit hole trying to rearrange the whole thing, but I did feel like each individual part was dope. I just felt like maybe they weren't presented in the best possible way. Like, I wonder if if in the builds you could have that melody dun 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 dun, and maybe you do. I really like the dun 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 dun, but I guess it's almost like this track isn't repetitive enough, which is an odd thing to say, but the hook kind of comes and goes in certain sections, and I don't have a chance to really latch on to it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want you to go down a rabbit hole, and not saying you would anyway, but maybe vocals would help. I don't know. It almost doesn't really sound like it needs vocals. That the synth is really talking to me a lot, but they might help. Maybe. I think if you put vocals in, you'll definitely have to rearrange the track in terms of the structure. But yeah, it's really cool. I like how you've held back on like the aggressiveness, especially those parts. When that dropped in and it just had that kind of like really pure sounding 808 kind of thing. It's really good. I really like it. And I agree with Doofy. Definitely a whip you should complete. All right, guys and girls, and all of the above, and none of the above. I'm going to go back to this screen. Hi again. That's me. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and I love you all, and I hope that you have a good weekend. And I look forward to hearing what you guys come up with next week. If you want to take part in these sorts of things, then go on my Discord server, discord.gg/Fowler Music, FWLR Music. And I'm using a camera now so I can zoom in, I can zoom out. I guess that's pretty much all I can do. Is this the OnlyFans? This is where I tell you about this new way to support me as an artist. No, just joking. All right. I love you. Have a good weekend.